right, man. So you got a lot of wisdom when it comes to this crypto stuff. So can you help us to understand how we can prepare for a crypto crash before it happens?
All right, I will give you real life examples. No theory here, because you might just get a lot of people talking on this. All right, so we obviously have our own token. That's for Omari, and this will be on the Social Token News channel. But our token is for the music marketing company Omari. Through that, we have really seen the ebbs and flows of the market. So whenever it jumps, whenever it goes down, whenever a coin has a lot of supply, what happens to the price, so on and so forth. It depends on the coins you have on what you're going to do before a crash and during a crash.
Yes.
So if you have a coin such as a Bitcoin, that the supply is mostly already out and there's no record of hacks, there's no Bitcoin is a very secure protocol.
Right.
This is why the Bitcoin maximalists will hail it and bow it. It's Alter, which they need to take it easy on because there's other projects that are, I think, arguably just as good. But with Bitcoin, it's not going to be one where you just sell it all off. Unless something crazy happens and somebody finally does hack it or something, I don't know what they would have to do to hack it, because it's pretty much unhackable. But unless something like that happens, the Bitcoin isn't the one that you're going to be selling off. So you're going to look and see news. This is the easiest tip I could give anybody is subscribing or setting up notifications for yourself, whatever you have to do to get news as early as possible where you're going to read it.
Yes.
If you had done that, when I say you could have made a buttload of money, it's just absolutely ridiculous. It was the craziest trading week I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
I did not play it perfectly. I'll be candid. I'll tell you guys again. I'll tell you the pros and cons. If you are greedy, the saying goes, pigs get slaughtered in trading and investing. All right, so if you get too greedy, there's investments where you're going to lose all of your money right before it turned when you needed it to. All right, I'll give you hard examples of this. You have your long-term portfolio, you'll hear investing advice of saying only hold long term, hodl all your stuff, but you would have got your butt handed to you doing that solely, especially with some of these projects. And then there's the other side. This is only trade, only trade the assets, don't hold anything long term, day traders and all that stuff where they're trying to get in and out. And you definitely can make way more money that way, a higher percentage. But again, you can also have it be that you lose your money a lot quicker than the long-term people. So there are pros and cons to both of them. The day traders are typically going to be more not going for a home run hit,
right? Because
they can see it turn on them and then they lose everything or they lose that trade. And then you have to get back on track. So you're trying to win the money that you just lost. And there's a lot of things with the day trading. However, with the long term, we're going to look at Luna. Now, this is obviously the project that just tanked, and it's very unfortunate if you were holding it long term. But if you were trading it, you'd be absolutely filthy rich.
Wow.
All right. So Luna, let's even go back 3 months. The high for Luna, we're looking at $1.18 per coin. Today, it is at 0.0001 cent.
Wow.
0.001669. Now, why did it do that? Luna has projects where it would have stablecoin. So UST was their stablecoin. That's a stablecoin for the United States dollar. And if you have a stablecoin that's not backed by the proper amount of assets, then it can be unstable,
right?
Which defeats the purpose of your stablecoin. So what happened is Luna depegged. We will not go into all the reasons why it depegged. However, clearly it depegged from a 1-to-1 equivalent of the United States dollar.
Right.
When it did that, when it does it significantly enough, people will go into a panic, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Because if you have a lot of your, like if you're a hedge fund or something, you got your money sitting in this something that's supposed to be paid to the United States dollar, and it depegs, and you're down 20% in something that's supposed to be pegged to the United States dollar, you are just like, all right, screw this.
Right,
I am out before it goes down to 0.3 of the United States dollar or 30% of the United States dollar or like lower.
Right.
So that is what started to happen with Luna. People were taking out too much, and then it was depegging because it did not have a good backing to it. Given that, they got on Twitter and essentially said that our best plan of action now is to try and give more supply of Luna to cover this. Not the best strategy in my mind. However, but if you were trading this, if you were shorting this, and you didn't get too greedy, your percentage gain on that is however much it went down.
Right.
So you could have your long term. If it was in your long term, again, like you pretty much lost all your money.
Right.
But if it was in your trading and you're shorting it, if you get that news first and you don't get greedy, and you still had that trade right now,
yeah,
you're buying your boat.
Would have been crazy.
You're buying your boat and you're moving, and you're in a good place. So what happens that you can? What's the mindset you need before the crypto crash? Know what's going on. Like, study this stuff. You have to. Nobody's gonna give you their money.
Right.
Like, people just think that, Bitcoin gonna go to 500,000 coin. Why? Why is it gonna go to 500,000?
Right.
Like, it could. I'm not saying it can't.
Yeah.
But just why?
Right.
Don't listen to some goob on the internet. Go study what is actually happening. Exactly. Why is this a good one? Why does Bitcoin not crash as much
100%.
as some other ones? It's called a drawdown.
Right.
What percentage drawdown does this coin have? And obviously, we're not giving any investment advice in this video.
Right.
Just for educational purposes only. But study the coin, study the project. Honestly, for most people, you're realistically not going to do a lot of trading because you don't have as much time. But ideally, that is the setup,
right?
To have both long term and trading.
Yes,
because you're hedging your bets in the long term. You want it to go your way.
Yeah,
long term.
Right.
You know, if you buy Amazon stock, you wanted that to go up, and that one worked out for you.
Yeah.
But if you bought your Yahoo stock, then it tanked on you, and you should have been shorting it. So
right.
it really depends. That's why you have to study how much. If they have a stable coin, what is this backed by?
That's right.
Like what is actually going on in the project? Don't listen to anybody else. Look at thorough research, unbiased research. Do your own research, and that is the best way to protect yourself.
That's right.
Anytime you're putting money into anything else, you are telling somebody for long-term investing that they are better at growing your money than you are.
That's right. That's good.
That's all it is. If your money's in Apple, you're better at growing my money than I am. If you're trading, you're saying I'm better at growing my money than you are. So once this gets a gain, I'm taking this out.
Right.
That's all it is.
Good stuff.
So that's how you prepare for a crash. When other people are panicking, look at what the situation, what's going on. Level-headed research, charts. It can sound boring, but I'll tell you what's not boring. Hitting a short on Luna, if you caught that joint, honestly, anywhere above $50 and you caught that, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And props if you still held that and you didn't get greedy and go for too much leverage to where you got kicked out of your trade.
Right.
For the futures people, if you just you didn't have to go crazy at 50 or 60. If you just did there's something called leverage for those that don't know, which means that you can borrow money to trade, but if depending on how much you borrow, it changes the timing. It's going to kick you out. Mm-hmm. So it would be like if I buy a short at $50 on Luna for 2x leverage, that means that if it goes up to 75, then it's going to kick me out.
Okay.
If I have 1x leverage, then if it goes up to 100, then it's going to kick me out.
Gotcha.
So it can go up. Let's say it went up to 77 and then started to tank back down. On the 2x leverage, I got kicked out.
Right.
On the 100x or on the 1x leverage, I didn't get kicked out.
Okay.
So sometimes people will take out a lot of leverage because they want to get a bigger gain.
Right.
But it's going to kick you out faster.
Right.
So if you didn't get greedy, if you just looked at that, looked at the news, you did a conservative leverage, you still are just eating.
Come on. Wow.
I'm saying it that many times because I didn't do it. So that's why I'm still here filming this video for you guys. Otherwise, I would have been retired by now.
Goodness.
Oh, no, I would have still came. What else am I going to do? Yeah, that's how you prep, guys. Drop us something in the comments. Let us know. Hey, if you caught that Luna short, feel free to send us a nice Cash App or something on Coinbase. We'll gladly take it. But yeah, other than that, drop it in the comments. Anything that you're thinking, and we'll go through there and try to answer them.
Yes, indeed.